Hello, friends, and welcome to the midlife. If I'm kind of coughing today, I think I aspirated on Cerave face lotion. Do you think that's like it?
It's going to take me a minute to process.
I was washing my face in the shower this morning.
Exactly did that.
No, I feel like I was washing my face. I don't even know. And it just like, maybe there was a bubble and I inhaled just at that time. I feel like it's just there. It's like,
so you think somehow you got it all the way in?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm gonna die
terrible.
of Cerave pneumonia, and you know, like when you read those black box warnings, and you're like, "That's ridiculous. Who would do that? Like, what if they have to change the packaging because they never thought some moron would inhale the face soap?" But anyway, excuse me if
that
I'm
sounds terrible. I'm so
like,
sorry, and I.
And you know, it's like, and because it's soap, it's like not rinsing away. It's just there. It's like a biofilm now. I don't even know.
Wow. Do you think if you drink water, more
I've been drinking all morning.
Over?
I've been drinking all morning.
Once are bubbling out.
That'd be amazing. I'd be so like, yeah, like I mean, like it's got the film, you know, like on the bubbles where you blow, and you know, that'd be amazing. I mean, it would be worth dying of Cerave aspirational pneumonia if I did it while blowing.
Oh my
bubbles.
God, that's horrible! Don't even say it. But
all right, anyway,
funny.
Excuse me for if I'm clearing my throat a lot. It's really aggravating. And how are you?
I think it's funny. I'm apparently amazing. Do y'all feel like you're having a better day than Kimby at this point?
I mean, but I cannot recommend Cerave face lotion enough, though. It's amazing. Like, you do not need anything fancier.
Just don't suck it up.
Just don't
suck it into your system.
Oh my God, we are having a day of t-shirts. Don't suck it up.
Yeah, don't suck it up.
I
also like that we got this memo today that we're wearing matching outfits.
Well, I was feeling
black sweater.
Yeah. Well, I was feeling dark today, I gotta say. I made the conscious choice. First, it was going to be the pink shirt, and then I was like, nah, going dark. Was it conscious for you? Do you match your clothes to your outfit? That means your mood?
It's your mood. I mean, probably without even thinking about it, right? Because when I'm feeling like, but I just, I don't know. It looked like the cozy choice and the easy choice. Because I was like, you know, a little cranky this morning. As we've all heard already. But I'm feeling much better now. Thank you all for showing up and letting me giggle with you, because that does definitely help heal me, move things through.
What's stuck in your craw this morning? What's got you cranky?
What's got me cranky? I think, I just think I was full up. I just think I was like full up, too much doing. And I don't know. I mean, I'm so jealous of extroverts that like get fed from the like hanging out and doing things and doing, and that like feeds them. It feeds me in a certain way and I love doing it. But there's this, my introvert like needs extra feeding for that. And I get hit pretty hard when I'm not being thoughtful to that. And that can take me down really hard. And it used to like be depression. It used to take me like, and I didn't know that it was that I just needed more quiet time and more reflection. And so, you know, it makes sense that I ended into the natural healing world forever. And because I needed that, and I needed that quiet time. And I spent, 30 years in the dark, quietly working with people and being reflective. And that's really what I needed. It's like that fed me. And so not actually doing body work right now and being in that world, I realized like I still really need that time.
You're still a mushroom.
A lesson for me.
Yeah, you're still a mushroom. You need to go sit in the dark a little bit. Do you do anything while you're recuperating?
Dark a little bit,
or do you just need to be?
I mean, sometimes I mean, I need to be a lot. So, I mean, I wake up every morning and I just like literally lay there and think and feel and go through my body and see what's going on. And like, I don't get, my feet don't hit the floor until that happens. Um, so, but when I'm pushing more towards the fun, having a good time and having fun and being around other people, I, yeah, it's like I need to exercise. I need to like sweat, whether I'm in a bath or an infrared, or like I need to like, I really need to move it out of my body, and I need to write. I need to get my thoughts out and my feelings out, and just be able to see what's going on for me. And so it's so funny because I just started a new kind of exercise program trying to, move my body a little differently.
Yeah.
And I forget every time I start to move my body, all of that energy and emotions that are inside get stirred up. And I don't know if you guys have that experience or not, but I get like, besides the, sore body and all the other lactic acid normal things, I get my emotions stirred up. And so I feel before it starts to like understand how to move out, I like have to process like what got stuck in there. And I need to just talk about it, or I need to write about it and just kind of let it move out, and really do a practice of like seeing it move out and letting it move out of my body. And that makes me crazy, but that's who I am. That is,
well, you know who you
are.
That
is how it works over here.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you're saying that.
It's taken a long time.
Yeah. I started a new kind of exercise program too. We needed to shake it up. We both were kind of at that spot. And maybe that is my funk, because that's interesting. It might just be that everything releasing, but like my natural tendency is not to acknowledge it, just to move on. But yeah,
and I think
that's
most
interesting.
People don't recognize that. I mean, I remember I took a Kundalini yoga training and like immersed myself in it. And like day 3, I was like hysterically sobbing on the floor, and like it was just squeezing out of me. And I was like, oh, it took 3 days of almost killing myself to finally get the emotions to move. And it's like such important information to go like, wow, it took me that long to unwind, to actually like relax, right? Get my nervous system to chill the fuck out. I had to be spent.
But did you know what it was?
3 days of like 8 hours.
Yeah. But did you know what it was when it came out?
Oh,
or just whatever it was just
matter.
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. You don't even have to put a name to it. Yeah. You can it could just be like the squeeze out of all of it. Stuff might surface, and you'll get visuals or stories, or it could be stuck to something, which is great, because then you can just let it go. But sometimes it's just everything.
I had a similar experience once. I went to this like 3-day like breathing meditation with my friend, and I had that break and that complete release. And she laughed. She's like, I've been doing this for years, waiting for that to happen. You come here for 1 week and it happens. And I'm like the last person on the planet. But like whatever it was, it broke free. And it's a really unsettling feeling.
You believe you're the last person?
Yes, I am.
I don't think you're the last person. I think you believe you are, but I think you're much more in tune than you like to pretend.
Well,
in your facade.
Depends. I choose. It's funny you say that, because we were talking to Riley over the weekend, and his friends had gone to the NFL game, and he was home alone in his house. And I was like, wait, you didn't go? You're home alone? Are you lonely? Are you okay? And Dave looks at me and he laughs. He goes, what are you worried about? It's like your dream come true. And I was, why are you sad for him? I was like, oh yeah. Oh my God, that must be amazing. And he's like, it's pretty nice. I'm making ribs. It's quiet.
Oh gosh, right? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? Like that wasn't even like you didn't even say inside to go, God, how great. Right?
I was like, are you okay?
There,
you're all alone. Where are your friends? Why didn't they want you to go? Why didn't you want to go? Like I was instantly concerned. And then Dave was like, you're the same person. Why are you worried about him? He's so happy.
Right. When you get a moment to like your house all to yourself, and you're like, oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, it feels so good. Right.
It's funny that you say that because I follow a bunch of like marketing kind of people on Twitter, and they're all like young and, like 30s, and they're all fired up. And one of them was a new father, and he tweeted, I want to do something nice for my wife and with the kids. Like, should I send her away? Should I send her away to this? Should I send her to a spa? I said, look, take the children and leave the house 3 days minimum. That was not met with overwhelming response because people don't understand. I think I was like, she doesn't want to pack up. She doesn't want to have to unpack and go through reentry. All of you need to leave her house for 3 days. Was not met with popular approval.
It wasn't. That was more than they were willing to do.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It's so true.
I do think that is it. That is, I guess, a not really guarded secret is that it would be nice. It is nice just to be alone in the house and have the people gone and not have to like cook for somebody, not have to clean up for somebody, not have to talk to people. I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a break.
For sure. So I understand that introvert place that you go. But also I think, it's funny, like you say about stories, right? Because the truth is you are very social too. And you're fun to be out and about. And,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And even this year I've kind of been playing with like, am I an introvert? Because maybe I'm just hiding as an introvert and stuff, but then I do a bunch of extrovert things because I really like them. And then I'm like, I fell off my face and I'm like, okay, actually, by definition, I would say, yes, I am. Like, it's just, that's the place that refuels me and feeds me. And if I don't take care of it, I am the person that is happy to pack my bags, even for a night or 2 nights. And, thankfully I have a husband that understands. There are times where I just look at him and I'm like, I'm out. I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere where no one's talking to me, where no one's anything and I don't have to take care of anyone and I'm not responsible to do anything.
Yeah.
And but what if and just giving yourself the day off, kind of, I could do that too. If I know that that's not available, sometimes it's just a 3 movies in a row day in the dark and no one else is. I love decadent. That.
What if we didn't have to what if we didn't label ourselves? Because I think it does go back to those stories that we tell about ourselves, right? And so what if there aren't labels? What if you're just allowed to be a lot of different things and you don't really, and you don't have to fit into a category and you don't have to behave in one way all the time or be out of character if you're doing something different? What if you were just that complex?
And I think that we're all everything.
Yeah.
And I think we're all everything in different degrees, and so I think that's what I've been playing more with myself. So I totally agree that I think I identified as an introvert and that kind of held me hostage and gave me excuses.
Right.
And so opening myself up to being like, actually, you're a little bit of everything. Like you love this, but you need this, you need both. And, and can that be okay? And can you just go okay, I just need some downtime, and now I need some but if I always had downtime, I'd be depressed too. So I agree. I think giving yourself the space to try it all on.
Yeah. And I toy a lot with this idea of, we're so good at, sticking to something, following through, being reliable, being who people expect us to be. And that perhaps it feels slightly, flaky to be different, but I just don't think that's fair. I just think we're more complex than we give ourselves credit for. A lot of times, I'll say, I hate people, but that's really actually not true. I find people amazing and wonderful, and you give people the opportunity to tell their stories, and everybody's got something fascinating. But I just think,
so what's the part that you hate then?
I think such a good question. And I have so many thoughts running through my head. I think I just have no patience for people that aren't nice and kind and trying to do the right thing. And I feel that this probably isn't fair too, but a lot of times I think like also like living in a big city and stuff, it feels like, you know, it's like very much like you feel like people are in survival mode a lot. And so maybe like the best in people doesn't come out all the time. And so maybe the nice and the kind and the generous feels like those are exceptions. And so I think that's kind of a sadness too, right? So this idea that, well, I hate people, and that people like that, you know, this broad categorization that people are a certain way, which is not true, because individually people can be quite wonderful. And I mean, like some people can be complete total fucking assholes too, but you don't have to, you know, bother yourselves with them. But I do think it comes from sort of this like mass mob mentality of living in a big city, or at least this big city, because I know there's some big cities that can be pretty chill. But this isn't one of them. And I think it just makes me sad that doing the nice thing or doing the right thing is the exception. Like just the dumbest things, like putting your cart back where it belongs to somebody, you know, like I can't tell you how many times I go to Costco and I literally, there's a ton of open spots and I can't park until I go move the cart out of the way. You know, it's just like the common courtesy that's sort of missing a lot of the times. Yeah. Or just like being kind to a person checking you out at a store, or just engaging with people and like giving people the opportunity to show their best side, or just being kind. And I think that's where I get that message, because the niceness feels like an exception.
Yeah, that's hard. That's definitely hard. Yeah. Because it feels good to be nice, and it feels good to receive nice. Yes, it feels like an easy option, but I hear you, because, you know, there's different energies to different places. And like when it's so busy and it's, you know, there is a intense energy, like everyone's just running around, do it, you know, and it's like, it's a lot. You can feel it when you fly in this different, you know, or you drive to different cities and stuff, and you're like, oh, like, you know, you go to San Luis Obispo and it's like chill, you're in a beach town, you know, and then you go to LA and you're like, it's crazy here, you know. It's just like every area has its different energy.
Yeah. I had a really funny thing happen this morning. I was going to back out of my driveway to take Tyler to school, and there was a car like a good ways down my street. But you know, like some days you feel like you've got like, you can make decisions quickly. And like this morning I was moving really slowly, and and we're not in a rush. He's so good about getting ready for school. School's 2 minutes around the corner. And I know that in retrospect, I absolutely had plenty of time to back out and go down my street and probably not even make this guy step on his brakes. But I just waited, because I didn't have the pep myself. But he's going past where my driveway is, and then he slows down to look at me in my driveway, and now I'm pissed. I'm like, I have let you go. Do not fucking slow down. I think he was shocked.
What is that? Right.
That I stopped.
Right? He's like, is she okay? Why is she being nice?
And then I was like, sad. You have now added a nanosecond that I had not calculated by slowing down. And now I'm annoyed.
My niceness ends here.
It really did. It really did, because then it took everything for me to not let him back into my lane on the main road, because I'm like, I'm not waiting behind this asshole anymore. So
that's remarkable.
Sums it up.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, there you go. Energy matches energy.
Energy matches energy.
Oh, my goodness. I like to play with it the opposite way, of course, because I'm the annoying opposite. So it's like, I like to be like ultra. So, you know, you were the really nice, right? You were doing the nice thing, and then the other person's like, and then it becomes annoying. It's like the wave, and they keep going with it. I'm like, I'm going to bring you to my energy, because I don't want to go to yours. Like, I don't want to then have to like fight you the rest of the way or whatever. I'm like, you know,
the only dog in the fight.
I don't know.
Yeah, the only dog in the fight was me.
Is you totally?
Yeah.
Of course. But then that's your day, right? Like, it's so funny. I know. I did something like I changed lanes or something at the airport the other day. And like someone came out of nowhere and then they were just, I mean, they for sure talked about it all the way through Thanksgiving. I'll probably still be the best story for Christmas. Like,
what happened?
They came out of nowhere and like they almost hit me, but they were sure I almost hit them, you know, and so perspective, right? When we were turning and I went into a lane where they popped out and skipped the lane. And I mean, the whole car looked like they literally picked up the people at the airport. Then they all pointed and told the story to everyone else they were picking up. And I was in the car laughing so hard. I'm like, it's so funny because we both went into the lane at the same time, but they were sure I was the worst human being and the dumbest, you know, and I was like over it in 10 seconds. I was like, and I was like, I pulled down like, I'm so sorry. That was super scary. Whatever. They were so mad at me. They couldn't even take it.
Oh, really?
I was like, I'm going to continue to be really nice about it. Cause I don't care. Like,
that's so funny.
They were all looking at me. I waved. I was like, they're all
that's
pointing
the best.
at me. I'm waving. Like that. I was like, I'm not going to do it. Like, really? I was like, this is hilarious. We have two totally different stories going on at our Thanksgivings about the same thing.
That's so fun. Well, do you have a new license plate on your car?
I do.
Okay, good. Okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You move somewhere new, you got to get the license plate that matches everybody else's, right?
Right away.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd be out of towner.
Yeah. All right. Well, so what are the stories you're telling yourselves? Like, are you holding yourself to a label? Is it ever limiting? Like, oh, I wouldn't do that because I'm an introvert. But maybe you're not. Maybe it's time to take a risk. Maybe it's time to drop some labels. I don't know. Maybe it's
and try them both out. Like, see where it lands. See what it feels like inside of you, right? And even with me stretching it out, it's like, oh yeah, no, I still need the other. Don't abandon the other one. You know, is what I learned. Is like, no, I need a balance of both. And, you know, just see where it fits and what feels right for you. And like Kimby said, don't put yourself in a box. Yeah. Let yourself, you know, figure it all out. Be your biggest, best self. Why not?
Yeah. But back out sooner. Definitely back out of the driveway sooner.
Yeah.